fuck's sake. I'm sorry about my French. Good morning, everybody. My mic is sometimes acting weird. I need not to touch it too much, you know, because otherwise it just stop working momentarily. There's some bad contact. It's always the wires. The wires are always going out first. Where's Stanley? Where's Stanley? Let's boot up some Stanley. I believe the ad break is over. It's so lively in the chat today. That doesn't matter. It's just the Twitch is pre-rolling the ads always when you start the stream once you're affiliate. So I usually running the 3-minute break, which is probably the longest one. This allows me to have then 1 hour uninterrupted. The reason why you don't have ads can be like multiple. You can have like Twitch Turbo, you can have subscription, you can have, I don't know, ad blocker, whatever. But if there would be somebody watching, they would be hit with ads, and I don't have control over those ads, then they would miss part of the stream, and that wouldn't be good. Anyway, we are playing Stanley Parable again. Let me just swap to the scene. Any minute now. There we go. Guys. I did when I joined, but it was quick. Oh, I see. It's probably some sort of internal Twitch protection that if you join and see the ads, then you don't see the ads that I trigger manually for some time, which is good. Might as well just leave it running because the Twitch is running the ads automatically. But I'm not going to bore you with like boring streamer stuff. We need to set up the current time again. I don't know what time it is, so I'm gonna wing it. I assume it's like 5:10 p.m. my time, roughly. Boop. The settings doesn't matter, by the way. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Dancing cat, yeah. Please do. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You are paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay, thank you. Settings guy. Is it a cat or is it like a red Pikachu, Soapy? I don't even know. Well, now we are. Oh wait, it's animated. Oh, my software that I'm streaming the stuff with is not animated. Did the game just crashed on me? Seriously? This would be the first time the Stanley actually crashed on me. Like the first time ever. Straight up. Oh no, here we go. Why was the loading screen so long? Jesus. Okay, I need to... Okay, it's not aligned with the menu perfectly as it used to be. And there we go. Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect. If I wanted to match the thumbnail, I should probably like be like here, hidden under the desk. Yeah, you know what I mean. But now, let's go. Get back in there, mister. There we go. This is perfectly copying your head for whatever reason. Well, I'm covering up the settings. Do not turn your head left too much, right? Anyway, we are playing Stanley Parable Deluxe again. Let's begin the game. I don't know, I'll just use them. It's a cat, I think. It's a cat from what I can tell. Oh, little kitty cat. Let me just actually see the emotes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, what? Didn't we see this? I'm gonna skip through this. We've seen a couple of endings now. I should probably go and chase some endings that we didn't see. Should mean I need to step outside of this office. Yeah, can we... And now I closed the one
All
of the
his
endings.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, we know, thinking about it,
No
we need to
matter
make
how
that.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We need to make that shorts when we saw this other Stanley just walking through the corridor. With me like talking about it about like 20 minutes prior. We're gonna make it into the shorts. And let's just make the note, please, somewhere. We have too many discords. We need to unionize our discords. We have like a couple of discords plus my streaming discord where like my fans are and all. Then we have like 2 discords. Then I have discord only for myself, and Elastis also has with like so many discords, man. It's not even funny. What am I doing? I should be playing the game. I shouldn't be rambling. But I like rambling. You know, you don't understand this environment actually. When I was working in like a corporation, I think I was talking about this, but when I was working in the corporation, I sometimes just boot up this game and went into this office space to like relax, you know, to take me like to a better ages, to like the 80s, where corporations were something a little bit different, still greedy, but somehow more grounded without like all of this fuss and HR and PR and whatnot that we have today. And I was just thinking aloud and sorting my thoughts, so maybe that's why all this is evoking. Also, the cat is now covering my chat. Personal Discord is great, no taker. Yeah, like I don't think I can imagine my life without Discord. Like I even when I was like working in different companies, I was always using Discord for my personal like notes and work and stuff. Who needs some Microsoft shit if you can have like a Discord chat? He's not here today. Boop. Boop. Where is the super machine thingy? It's not here today. I only use Discord for a message and I have a note taking up. I mean, you do you. In my like experience as a consultant for various like processes throughout the organization, there is only one thing that I can say for sure, and that is, it's often better to leave people to their devices than trying to like impose some sort of quote-unquote upgrade on them. Because as long as they are comfortable, and there is no real like need that would technically limit or incredibly like incapacitate the ability of people to cooperate, then there is no need to impose anything new on them. It's better to just leave them on their own devices unless it is absolutely necessary. Because if there is something that could make their work like better, they will eventually find it on their own. So it's important to like give them an opportunity to get familiar with like new softwares and new pieces of stuff, but let them go onto it on their own. Don't like impose it onto them. Like the worst shit that you can do for your company is to like buy some new solution and then impose it on everybody, and then people are just confused. It disrupts their workflow, the productivity will go down, all of those things. Which is something that companies that are selling these tools won't tell you because they want to make a sale, right? See you, Soapy. I hope your doctor appointment was fine. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know, but we are not going there yet. We still have...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We still have a couple of endings just right here. So, you can try to go through this like mechanically or just wing it. I believe we've like explored a lot of endings on this side. But not all of them. Not all of them just yet. Let's try this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I think
and
we are
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
able...
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Should I go to the broom closet, guys? Nah. You will...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, yes. I love drinking it all in. Look at us. It's a coffee. Empty coffee, but coffee nonetheless.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Which we're not going to do. I think we can go and take the adventure line. So there are at least a couple of endings this way. Let's do this first. So we will
Stanley was so
keep
bad at
going
following
to
directions,
the
it's
right.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There is a vent. I don't know how to get to the vent though. But you know what? One of the endings is this.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I feel very powerful, yes. Let's take the same route again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Yes.
a memo.
Poor Stanley. I mean...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It is... Some of the endings for Stanley are absolutely inevitable. You need to experience all of the endings to actually grasp an idea what is really going on, how the game is really proceeding, etc. But yeah, I think
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
like this game is, apart from it being like
Stanley
very funny,
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
this game really feels very like wrong. The Stanley is artificial construct. The Stanley doesn't have any personality, and even though in this like deluxe edition they try to like push in the Stanley, especially his like likeness, because we don't really know how he looked like from the first game. We like get only like a couple of glimpses, but in this one they put him more in. And I personally think that while for some of these gigs it was necessary to put him in like in more person, I also think that it took something away from the game. Like not knowing how Stanley looked like basically gave in some sort of like mystery in the original Stanley Parable. Yeah, I'm sounding like a narrator right now. Just ranting like about differences between Stanley Parable and Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Oh my god. But it's true. Trust me. Last time...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
went
wrong
this
foot
way.
here.
And
I'm
we
not
broke
your
the
enemy,
game.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
Yes,
I was
really.
in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
No
let me
buckets
prove
past this
it.
point, by the
Let
way.
me prove that I'm on your side.
Remember that. No
Give me a
buckets past
chance.
this point.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Now, we were fighting against him and walking through the blue door. There was one ending. We can do this one
Oh,
too.
thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
I stopped.
And
Okay, I
think-
stopped.
Well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Show me the solution, brother.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
He sounds so like... now he sounds like he's talking to a toddler, to be perfectly honest. So he finally kept out on my mental age. I'm a toddler.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
He does, doesn't he? So the more and more you play through this game, more and more you realize it's not just Stanley, but the narrator is trapped in here as well. And oftentimes the passageway that the Stanley takes is not only making him feel various things, but also shaping his personality. He cannot escape just as Stanley cannot escape. They are both like boxed in. And I was talking about this in the first stream about this game, that every game is a box, and no matter how much labyrinths you have in this box, you are always contained within this box. And this goes even more for characters presented in the game, because they literally cannot escape this box, they literally cannot escape the game, and the game shapes them depending on what choices the player made. Fate of these characters is being decided. Now, of course, they are not sentient. If you would take like completely pragmatic view on this, they are not sentient, it doesn't matter. But if you try to feel into these characters, especially in the games that are breaking fourth wall as often as Stanley does, then you kind of feel how the narrator is trapped in the game just as much as Stanley, and the only impact that this game has is the player choice. So by obeying or disobeying narrator, it is you that actually shapes the story. And now we got somewhere where narrator can be happy. Look at all these beautiful colors. And you can stand here, listen to this chilling music. It's kind of relaxing, really. No, I'm the kind of person who will be able to just stand here and listen to this music and watch the pretty colors for like 10 minutes. No. But I understand this is not for everybody. So of course we're going to ruin it, because that's all we can do. And it's not that because we want to do it, it is because it's literally the only choice we have. So even the player choice is limited, because the player can choose only what the developer allow them to do. Like the only way to break the circle is literally hit escape and quit the game. This is the only way out. You can begin the game again theoretically, but it's not really escape, it's just avoiding some of the outcomes of your choices. And outcomes of this choice, if I remember correctly, is not very different from the one that we had previously.
No, wait. Where are you going?
To be perfectly honest, often whenever you choose something that narrator doesn't want you to choose, you actually going to end up badly. So in the end, narrator actually does mean good, even though in certain couple of times he turns into like more sinister version of himself.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No!
Boom.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now,
oh, wow,
can we
it's
please
impressive.
get back to the other room?
Let's try to go back to the other room. I think we are slower now. Yeah, because we don't have as much health. I look at the pretty colors.
See?
It's still there.
This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy.
Yes.
We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
He's correct in this sense, because if you don't move, the story will not go forward. If the story will not go forward, then nothing will change, but it also means that we can stay in our comfort zone, in our comfort bubble forever. But alas, the life is ever-moving river.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Okay, right now it's just psychological warfare against the poor narrator. No comments on this? Yeah, probably. See, if you are playing this for the first time, the odds are the narrator will just won't shut up, because the creator of the game predicted very nicely about how much... The hell is this? Look at that. It's a pretty picture. It's a dog, I think. In his hand. Or like a squirrel, I don't know. The creator of this game, he knew that players are impatient creatures. Players thrive for the next choice they can make. If the game is based around choice, and the choice is the only like gameplay, then the players will strive for the next choice they can make. So they won't stay long away from these stairs. And even if they do, they will not be running back and forth into the room trying to catch even more responses. So it's always just how many times...
No, what
can
are you doing,
or can
Stanley?
you not?
Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Player is impatient and player will do anything. This is like paradox of gaming. Like take for example World of Warcraft. There are often a lot of quests in World of Warcraft that make you straight up evil, especially around Battle for Azeroth when you were doing quests for Sylvanas that led up to the burning of Teldrassil. If you were a Horde, you could somehow resist it, but you could also be complacent. Sometimes there wasn't even a choice. Sometimes you are doing quests where you are like killing completely innocent people of opposite faction because somebody was power hungry, and your character doesn't really has the ability to say anything to oppose this. So you do as you are told, but you do it anyway because you're a player, and the game core gameplay loop is to do the quests. So you do the quest, and there is no way around it. So players do this. Sometimes they don't even know because they don't really read the quest text and don't really pay the attention, and they just blast through it. And now you've killed like 8 NPCs that were mostly innocent. Why? Well, because this is what we do. Because this is the direction that you can go, and you cannot choose in the game any other direction that would give you the same reward or push you in the story same way. So you do the only option that you have left. The same is happening in here. We have only one option.
Do you just not believe me? What can I say?
The one option that we have is to climb up these stairs and jump to our death. It's the only thing that we can do, so we are doing it. Even if it's absolutely stupid thing to do, like would you do this in real life? Would you climb the stairs and jump down repeatedly even to kill yourself, to get out of this room? No, you would not. But in the game we do it all the time because, yeah, they do more funny dialogue from the narrator.
To convince you.
Nothing. Nothing. Boop. Boom.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
I think in the original game there was like a blood spatter on the ground. The blood spatter has been such a huge thing in the Half-Life engine. I think they took it away because maybe it would be too much work to remake this in Unity.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah, sure. And then
Yes, perhaps you can.
And then
Perhaps
I will take it away
see what
from
I'm
you.
talking about.
This room is pretty cool, though.
You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
This is really beautiful. Let's ruin it.
No, perhaps not.
This is like... I'm literally trying to exhaust all the dialogue options because I want to hear everything that Narrator has to say. I've been through this game multiple times in the past.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
And I think this is the end. No, it's not.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
You sound so disappointed. It's sad.
Do you
really.
actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I'm just teasing you. I'm gonna be honest. So this fourth time, I think, like, we are moving so slow now.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
Why are you skipping the dialogue, dude? There is something wrong with the game. I don't know why it was loading so long either. Maybe I was fool and didn't install this on SSD. Do I have this on hard drive? Hold on, let me check. Oh, I do have it. I do have this on hard drive. What was I thinking? Alright. Well, what can I do now? It's fine. I'm gonna go up again. Up the stairs. To our doom. You know, whenever I say the word doom, like, a lot of people probably just thinking about the video game, the Doom. I'm thinking more about Conan. Tulsa Doom. Just evokes all those in me. I think Conan the movie, the original with Arnie, and the Conan Exiles game really captured that feeling. I'm not saying it is a great game, it is a mediocre game, but it really did capture the Conan feeling quite well. Alright, let's do this, let's be done with this choice. It's kinda sad, really.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yep. It's such a contrast now. Just here, like if nothing happened. This is the most fucked up, like, video game loop I've ever seen. So, if you go pragmatically through this game, you can track all the choices that you've made. Maybe you've missed some because they are more hidden than the others, but what are we actually doing is that we go through the door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided...
If we disregard the choice where you fall off the map and where you close yourself in your office,
to go to the meeting
first
room.
real
Perhaps
choice...
he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, he's not here today. Where is the... Oh, there is. Input. You need to do them 5 in a row in the one session, it would seem. It resetted my progress for whatever reason. So anyway. Of course, new content basically enables you to do more choices later in the game with a really hefty intermezzo. But the first real choice is here. If you go to the new content and you basically adding a new choice that leads to same number of branching paths. So if you know the game well and you know all the choices you can make, then you can make them later with some additional layer on top of it. But we will talk about it when we get there. I don't think we are going to be doing new content today. Today we are focusing on the old game.
Set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
So first choice is here, and we're still going.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You know, I was always like curious what's behind these walls if we go to these. This is intentional. They want to make you feel like not in like back rooms, because back rooms wasn't a thing when this game was created, but more like curiosity. You know, what is out there? Now, of course, if you ruin it for yourself and use some sort of no-clipping cheat or mods, you realize there is nothing there. Of course, there isn't. So this kind of game design only works as long as you keep the player out of it and you just suggest that there is something there, because that is when your imagination starts working. What is out there? How long is that corridor? What can I find? Are there other people, or is there really nobody else? What's going on? If you ruin it, if you literally break the box to get outside of the box by the cheat codes or mods or some sort of box, you realize that outside of the box there is absolutely nothing. It's such a huge paradox of the gaming. me personally, it took me years to actually realize this paradox, because I was always exploring worlds. The more open the world in the video game was, the more excited I was, especially when I was a kid and I was always trying to jump over the fences. I was always like curious, what is over there? Why I cannot get there? How could I get there? You know, in older games like, I don't know, GTA 1 or, you know, the Croc, Legend of the Gobos, all of these like open world-ish thingies, you know, various Tomb Raider levels, all of these. But when you get older, you realize there is nothing there. And maybe you even find out the methods how to get there, only to realize there is nothing there. This is a similar thing. I did spend quite a lot of time in various like shooters, especially like Duke Nukem 3D and the games that were running on the same engine, like the NAM, which was like the Vietnam shooting things, or the Redneck Rampage, or the games like Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, you know, Jedi Outcast, etc., in multiplayer maps, exploring them alone, on my own, seeing where I could go. And exploring multiplayer games alone, it's such an eerie concept, you know, because that is, you know, that it is supposed to be about something else. It is supposed to be about the thrill of combat versus other players. But if there is nobody there, suddenly it feels haunted. It feels wrong. You can run anywhere, you can pick up every power-up, every health, every weapon, but there is nobody to fight. There is nothing to do, literally nothing to do. It's just a quiet map, and it's very eerie. It spun also a couple of horror games inspired on this theme, where you spawn in like some obscure old video game that is empty, but somehow the servers are running. Those were scary as hell, especially to me. Half-Life was one of those things, one of those games as well, where you could just go and try, you know. Team Fortress 1 in Half-Life, for example. Again, the empty maps.
The lounge was sublime.
Stanley has very similar feeling. It's not quite the same, because Narrator is always with you, and you are actually trying to explore, and there are things to find. So it is not exactly the same, but the feeling is a little bit similar to that.
A work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're not going to the left. I believe that if we go down the stairs, we will get to the adventure line. I think we will leave the adventure line ending to the very end. Adventure line is legendary.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I still don't know how to get to the vent. Like, how do you get to the vent? It's supposed to be like a board or something to get you up there. But I really cannot. You really cannot get there from here. So maybe later. Let's go this way
Stanley,
first.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I think we exhausted all the options of jumping down this corridor.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
So we will
I realize
go
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Can I go back? No, I cannot go back through the cargo lift. So let's go in here. There is another choice that we can make, I believe.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if I don't? What if I just stand here and let it ring? Why is the light all wobbly? So many cigarettes in the corner. What the hell is going on? This looks like an interrogation room. Let's pick up the phone. I know there is another choice that we can make, but let's pick up the phone for now. Maybe.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
What a
who'd want to
weasel.
commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
There is one really cool thing that is going to happen. Now the narrator is on power trip right now. He showed you like, you're not going to make these choices. I am, and you're gonna be doing what you told unless you're going to suffer. This is the sinister side of him that I was talking about. There is this cool thing now.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
This is the reference to I am a captain now. I believe. Yeah, this is cool though. He just rolled it off. Okay, hello, honey, I'm home.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press M on your keyboard. Can I press anything else now? Let's press M on my
Stanley
keyboard.
is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press Y.
Look
Why?
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yeah. Also, we are slowly turning this back into the office, by the way. Look at this.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Let's press P to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Now, I wonder, maybe this is maybe the canonic ending. It's just Stanley is just all imagining things, right? But we know this not, especially in the Deluxe edition, it's not. This world is absolutely surreal. Like the shit that is happening, I believe that all of it is like canon, all at once, and it takes a bigger picture. And also, Stanley isn't a human, because we know for a fact that Stanley was able to survive millennia, literally tens, maybe hundreds of years, just standing on one place, unfazed. With nothing to eat, nothing to do, just stand there staring. Because the only time the Stanley is alive is when player is playing them. So we can skip as much time as you want. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
The thought excited him terribly.
Hold up. So let's spend some time with the boys, shall we?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At
This
last,
is so evil.
choice.
Oh my god.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
This is so evil from the narrator, like straight up. Press T to prepare dinner.
As
Pressing
he
T.
wandered through this
My
fantasy
God.
world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path
Look
lay
at
an
the
enormous
overlap.
round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Maybe this is canonical ending. He was just so bored that he just imagined all of it. And we are playing with his imagination, which would explain actual things. And then we get down to a fact that he is just some boring office worker, just like hundreds of other boring office workers, trying to get by on their life, trying to get at least a little bit of glimpse of excitement. Especially if we can tell anything about the office, it's the 80s, so they didn't have as much events as we do now. Like nowadays, you can at least stimulate your brain. Well, if you can call it stimulation, that's like debatable. But occupy your brain with like TikTok and other like brain out stuff. You can play video games. You know, you can watch anime and more cultured anime. All of those things that like lonely middle-aged men can do. Back then, you were defined by your job, and if your job was boring, then your life was boring, and then you retired, and then you died, and nothing exciting ever happened to you, especially in corporate America. Let's tell your kids a story. We don't have a kids, but that's sure. Maybe these, like, we know that his job is that his bosses are sending him the letters. He's pressing the letters on the keyboard, and that is his job, right? So maybe what we're doing here is he kind of imagined this game for himself. We're like, I'm gonna press this letter G that the machine is telling me to press, and by that I will tell my kids that I don't have the story, you know. And it's kind of, oh my god, it's horrifying. It's straight up existential horror right here.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Look at how this is seeping. The carpet is seeping to your apartment, then everything's blurring together. This is, oh my god, this is kind of a horror game without any horror in it. Press W to tell your wife you love her. Alastris, I love you. Pressing you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Plus I have to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
No, but like I'm a Stanley. I must push buttons, right? I must push buttons. Oh, sorry. You know how it is. We are Stanley. We like pushing buttons. We know push the buttons. If I'm not doing it, and then now we are back at what I was talking about before. Only choice to make here is to push the button. To be at work in the morning, press G. Is there a choice not to push the button as the narrator is telling us? Yes, you cannot push the button. For 5 seconds, 10 seconds, minute, an hour. You could be here forever. But realistically, only way forward if you want to progress the game is to press the button. And because we are players and our goal is not the well-being of Stanley. Our goal is not well-being of the narrator. Our goal is not to listen to the narrator or fighting against him. Our goal is to progress within the story any way we can. And right now, the only way we can progress is to press G to be at the work in the morning. Go.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every
we
second
are in
he
the
remains
office.
here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press U to question nothing. What if I don't? I don't think there is any other choice we can make. We are in the same boring office, same boring job, doing as we are told, not hearing the narrator. The only choice to make is to press U or not do anything and be here forever. Or to quit the game. Those are our three options.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
No, you're the same
I'll try
person.
once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
Please
I tried
die.
again,
Oh my
and
god.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Please die. And you couldn't even push the button. This is one of the worst endings in the game, arguably. I think. Let's do it again, with slightly different choice, shall we?
All of his
I am
co-workers were
Stanley, I
gone.
like pushing
What could it mean?
buttons.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is the secret code? Is it here? It's not. There it is. There it is. Awaiting input. Input received. We need 3 more of those. We need 3 more restarts. I fucked up one time. Sorry if I excuse my face. I'm saying slurs again. I'm so ashamed. It's not what I wanted. Sorry. What I wanted to do was to push this, but one time I missed it. We could have been already on 3 out of 5.
When
That's
Stanley
fine.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
Stop
not the
yapping,
correct
stop
way to the
yapping,
meeting
stop
room,
yap,
and
yap,
Stanley
yap,
knew it
yap, yap,
perfectly
yap,
well.
yap, yap,
Perhaps
yap,
he
yap,
wanted to
yap,
stop
yap. We've
by the
heard this
employee
million
lounge
times.
first, just to
I'm
admire
going
it.
crazy.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the but eager
No wonder people want skip dialogue option in the reviews. Jesus Christ, man.
to get back to business, Stanley took
I'm
the
just,
first
I'm
open
just,
door
I'm
on
just
his
kidding. I love
left.
the narrator. Straight up, I love this game. Like reading through negative reviews, at least those that were serious, it was like such a charade of
Stanley was
morons
so bad at following direction.
complaining about stuff that only like it's like tell me you're stupid without telling me you're stupid.
It's incredible he
basically
wasn't
it.
fired years ago.
I leave it at that. We still cannot access the vent. There is one thing that we can do, by the way.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is...
I wonder, can you like start the cargo lift and then quickly run back in? We're gonna try it next time. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know, I will jump off the cliff and we will
that the
begin the game
story
again.
has been about nothing but you all this time.
I'm curious, but
someone you've been-
I will forget it. Unless there's right somewhere that we need to go back and try if we can escape the cargo lift as it starts going on.
Neglecting Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please.
Are you writing it down
stop
yet?
trying to make
Are you
every
writing it down
decision
yet?
by yourself.
Are you writing it
I'm
down
not
yet?
asking for me.
Hello? Alastas, hello?
For her. This
Hello?
is it, Stanley.
Hello?
Your chance to redeem yourself.
I'm being ignored
to
by
put
my
your
moderator.
work aside,
What is this?
to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So, of course, because I am a Stanley,
That's her, Stanley.
I always find the
You
most
need to be the
stupid
one
solution
do
to the
this,
most
to
convoluted
reach out
problems.
to
Like,
her. If you can
this.
truly... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
yes.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Well,
you
I
actually
unplugged the phone,
chose
it's,
incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
It's just rustling the paper.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Yeah, that's not what
Music comes
happened,
in,
though. That's not what happened, you lying weasel.
Fade to white, roll credits.
That was just you roasting me, and then the game asks me to please die. There was no wife. The wife is a lie. Stop gaslighting people. Oh my god, the narrator is the worst in this game.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Well, it is possible because you take a cord and you unplug the phone. It's not like rocket science. How it is possible? You know, every phone is connected. Well, I guess, man, I just realized this ending is impossible for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They don't know the phones used to be plugged in. They don't know what. They know it only for like sockets for your chargers. They don't know what electric socket is for anything else. Jesus Christ. We are all going to the end of humanity pretty soon.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
They know what fuse
I can't
is.
believe I was so mistaken.
I
This
am
is
not
why you've been
Stanley.
able to
I'm
make correct and incorrect
real.
choices. And to think I've been
Yay.
letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
I
It's
kinda
as though you
broke the game
completely
couple of
ignored
times,
even
bro.
the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Please observe this.
I would like some safe decision making in the real world because I have been making wrong decisions the past 2 years. I'm not even kidding.
Helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert.
Okay, we need to awaken my avatar a little bit more. Like, we slowed the animations so much that now it like feels very rigid. I cannot even dance. Look at this. Look at how slow I'm turning my head. It's not freaking out anymore. But it's like so slow. Let me dance, Alastis. Make it happen.
Has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense. And
Okay.
at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
Fish.
yourself speaking with a person who does not make
What?
sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought.
People who speak something, people who's telling you something that doesn't make sense means that they are not real. And this is actually a pretty great solution to like poetry. Just stop feeding people who speaking nonsense because they are not real. We will clear the planet rather quickly then. Except we would lose all the politicians. That would be the downside. Like we would have no government. Because they don't make sense when they're talking at all. Like, have you ever watched any kind of political debate in any country ever? Like, it's the... like a parade of people who can talk for an hour without making single point. You know what I mean?
Then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
Back second crack.
Excellent.
Okay, perfect.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices
8
per
choices
day.
per day.
Do you make more than 8?
No.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At
Okay.
this time, your instructor will guide you.
Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Because you don't matter, because we are all so insignificant. That the making a right choice is actually okay, good. So this game actually didn't teach me how to make the right choice, but it told me that my choices doesn't matter anyway, so it doesn't matter, and I'm grateful for that. I think this should be the ultimate lesson from Stanley Parable. No matter what you do, you don't matter, your choices don't matter. Fuck it. Go play more video games. I don't know.
In an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, we are now in depths of Amazon. And I don't mean the forest. We are going back.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Yes.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
No, it really isn't. On the other hand, it's just a corporation that treats employers and employees. I mean, it is a corporation that treats its employees as garbage. Sounds pretty real to me, to be honest. Can we go to the vent? No. Alright. We are going back. Perfect. The final choice has been made. Now you cannot like fuck it up any longer.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I'll be home free, huh?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can we? Can we go right again? Let's go with the story then. I think it doesn't matter ultimately. Wait, what?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Really?
hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It looks suspiciously like the original ending until you realize that there is no other choice to make. They boarded it up. So there is going something wrong. Right. Bathroom is now closed. I bet we cannot go to the elevator either, and the office is weird.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
Yes,
surely
voice
behind
receiver.
this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
The
Stanley
game
had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Funny part is that the game doesn't have any sort of like receiver, and you're not supposed to guess this or like make this right, but you can stand here like an idiot and be like, Nightshark 115. Nightshark 115.
Stanley spoke the code.
Nightshark 115. I'm speaking the code,
into the
dude.
receiver right there on the wall.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, is it? Nightshark 115. Dude, come on, please. I'm pressing the
I'm
buttons.
sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Nightshark 115. Your game is broken and your game sucks, and Narrator is probably
Okay,
fat and
fine.
addicted
You're not
to
gonna
drugs
do
and
it,
hookers.
But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Boop. I guess we need to do it
Behave
again.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
This is going to happen
I'm
again.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I was afraid we were going to need it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes. This is going to be the same. We cannot go to the broom closet no more.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
This is so subtle. Oh no, they are just sending me...
behave exactly as Stanley would.
All right.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story 1st. I'm quite sure you'll
I'm
be
choosing
up to the
responsibly.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You have no choice, by the way. The final choice has been made as you just entered the elevator and not pick up the phone. That was the final choice. That was a final branching in the story, within the story. Now everything else...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Perfect.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
The
responsibly
game is... this game is Master of Illusion. It has so many choices in it, but it is built in a way that you think you have even more choices than are already present in the game. And you always feel like you've missed something. And you always feel just like intrigued enough to think maybe I could have made different choice in that, but not tempted enough to do it and then do it, which is ironically even better for the game, because then you think like the game is like humongous. It really isn't. There is limited number of choices you can make, of course. But all of this with all like the yapping of the narrator, that he's just constantly talking, and it is quite entertaining. It is really a game that makes you think, not like a puzzle game, you know, makes you think because you are smart, you wanted to know. It just makes you think about things in general, about life, about game design, about everything. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just the weird one. But this is how I feel the Stanley Parable is supposed to be played. It is supposed to be perceived like a work of art rather than just a video game. Because in terms of video game, there's not really much there. You're just walking around. The true content of this game is what this game offers to show you and tell you. And how differently you are going to be perceiving certain things, both in life and in video game design as it is, after you're done with it. Just really, one thing you can say for sure is that this game is really a game that you will be thinking of years and years later. Still, it will leave an impression, while the all others like action games will merge together into like one huge blob. Like if you've played all Dark Souls games and Elden Ring and Bloodborne and all of those things, and like a few years later they will all merge into this like one amorphous blob of you rolling around and hitting the boss in the arse. This is, you wouldn't even know which boss is from which game until you like focused on it more, but you will always know exactly what the Stanley Parable is. There is surprisingly lack of clones of Stanley Parable. I have played a couple of choice games. It's hard, because even if they are kind of decent, they will never be this good. The Stanley Parable is only one, and it is hard to try to be competition for this game. These are very hard to replicate, yes. And even if they are successful, some of these clones, to a certain degree, they never get to this point, because this game is delicate. And also the narrator voice does a lot. Oftentimes you have games with quote-unquote choices and narrator that is witty and has like some nice puns. But it's not this narrator. The tone, the intonation, the voice color it is all impacting the game. Imagine me doing narration to Stanley Parable. It wouldn't be that compelling, would it? Because I'm not this like elderly British posh guy who is able to deliver with such an impact. That sounds like it has been tailored for this kind of game.
Always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. We cannot make a choice here.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Yeah, everything is wrong. Like the textures are melting together. Everything is warped. Not even the sound of the lights is right. Oh god. This must have been... How did you do it? Like, this must have been so much work. Unless you found some sort of like a way how to break your objects into this place. This must have done so much work to like take a perfectly working environment and then break it so it looks like a very poorly made environment. You know what I mean? Like, if something like this happened while you're developing the game because it is a bug, it just happens, it's there. Try to replicate something like this. Oh my god. It must have been so much work. I'm not a game designer, but I can tell it has been so much work. Okay, now everything's fucked. But that's good, so excuse my French, but I couldn't find the more fitting word. Work. Okay, I need to hydrate. Onward we go.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after
It's
everything
okay.
we talked about that my story,
Slick.
you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to
He's
do?
having a
Even
stroke.
if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh. Damn, we are shutting down. Boop. We have been wiped out of existence. It's kind of scary, isn't it, now?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
Yeah,
Now
I
look
am
where we
so
are.
clever.
My entire game is destroyed.
I was so clever that I was
It the
able to
only thing in the
destroy
world that
your
was mine,
stupid
and you
game
run
that
it into
nobody
the
cares
ground.
about.
What?
Yeah,
Did you
keep
think
on
that would be
rumbling.
funny?
Yeah, I was
You just
funny.
had to see.
It was more funny.
Didn't
I
I
had to
impress
see.
upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I think he's just coping now. Like, he hates Stanley. He hates whenever Stanley does anything stupid. He absolutely hates it. He like hates everything about Stanley, and he only needs Stanley for him to go exactly as he's told throughout this like carefully elaborated story. And he hates every time Stanley like detours even a little bit. But now he has somebody else to hate, so he can actually go back and say how Stanley was amazing. It's like, this is like League of Legends player syndrome, you know? Just have that one guy that is like not a good jungler, but at least he ganks sometimes, and then you're just toxic to him, like whatever, just insulting left and right. And you go into another game and your jungler is straight up just a feeder, just a bot. He doesn't do anything. You know, the other guy, he at least ganked. You know, he was so much better than you. Completely forgetting the fact that how toxic you were to the first guy in the first place is exactly what's happening in here. Like, yeah, maybe me being such a villain towards this game, to the extent that I completely broke it, made the narrator realize that Stanley maybe wasn't that bad, was it? But then the game resets and he forgets everything, so he never learns a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping, let's continue with the game.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I am a child, right?
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility.
I went to the door to the left. What do you mean? You put a stupid, like, voice tracking thingy instead of, like, normal keypad. And I'm having a microphone. I'm talking with you. We're having a dialogue this whole time. But you are the one who's not hearing me. It's your problem.
You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Your story is made, by the way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, shit. This is what I didn't want to. This is why I wanted to.
Hello?
This is why I wanted the adventure line ending to the very end, because I thought this is the outcome of the adventure line, but it isn't. This is literally one of the endings that is being considered like the true ending of the game. Let's watch it.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Yeah, but Stanley here.
To make a choice.
The end. Nah, yay.
Through the door.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
His ending was in the original game, yes. So that the importance of this ending and why it was considered a canon ending in the original game is that the Stanley is the moving catalyst of this game. Whatever Stanley do, the story unravels somehow, but it always reset. In this ending, you are no longer controlling the Stanley. And because the Stanley is the player vessel, he doesn't do anything on his own. He's just in this room. He will never make any choice anymore, meaning that now Narrator is trapped there with him without any possibility to do any choice ever again. They are stuck there, essentially, which means there will be nothing else. So the game is over. And this is considered like one of the canon, one of the true endings of the game. Now the deluxe edition works a little bit different, but towards the original game, this is the true ending, kinda. Right? We don't have any story here, but that is the point.
Do something? Anything? This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Sorry, Leroy. What the hell is this? Sorry, Leroy. What does it mean? I need context there. So yeah, that was the probably like the most canonic ending in the OG version, but we are not done. Oh, interesting. Is it this one? It's this one.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Sorry, what? Cardboard boxes? What? That was spooky. Sounds like the Office reference. This whole game is an Office reference, or at least the beginning of it is. But yeah, could be. We don't have the boopity thingy.
Oh, new content?
Nope.
What does that mean?
No.
New content. When Stanley
I
came
wanted
to a set of 2 open doors, this was not
to
the
go
correct
this
way
way
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Wait, this is why the Chris from CJU games
Stanley was
always going left? Because he had it in Stanley Parable? Like, that's why he always goes left? Because left is always the correct way?
Bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, we still cannot go to the stupid vent. Let me go to the vent, bro.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry
Nice.
to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below.
Interesting.
You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Can I?
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Oh my god. This is ChatGPT, by the way, right now. Telling people to do this. I want to get to this vent. I know you can get there somewhere. I don't know how to trigger it. Let's actually... Should I actually try it? This is like the stupid way to... I don't know. They just were lazy enough to put an invisible wall there. Just so they instead just put a little bit of dialogue there and be done with it. How can I get... Okay, so vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. Can I actually climb there though? Aha! Nice. Okay. Should I jump there? I will need to try and jump there. Ooh, what's this? Looks like a knight or something. Huh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path.
Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far
Narrator was magnetophone all this time, really. The tape recorder.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you?
I kind of did,
silly and
yes.
trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording. It was all
Narrator
just
sound
in
system.
Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Oh, so that was the ending. Alright. We do need to...
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
The
This
bo-
is great, he thought to himself.
The boxes
this
have
is what
arrived,
I've wanted
guys.
all along.
The
I
boxes-
got what I wanted.
The boxes... the boxes are actually here. We cannot go anywhere because we ordered so many boxes. Look at this. This is another thing, like the strange things are happening across various like resets of the game. Sometimes you get to port into like a spooky place and it doesn't really do anything. It just looks spooky and then you continue on the money way. And sometimes you just order boxes. These sort of things. Look at this. More boxes in here as well. Do we have more access codes? No. No. Because we ordered boxes. Someone could make an anomaly game in these settings. I low-key think that the anomaly game were inspired by Stanley Parable. Because they were starting popping like 3-4 years back, like the earliest thing. And it's pretty similar concept to this, because every time you do something, the story resets. And you start where you started, like at the beginning of the game. And the Stanley is one huge loop, right? And the anomaly games, they work exactly the same way, right? So, yeah, I think the Stanley was a huge inspiration. We're gonna go
When Stanley
once
came to a
again.
set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting
is the
room,
last
and
time.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright. One last time, and there is one more choice to be made. We already made it, but then he started to encourage us to like jump down and all.
The lounge was grand, majestic.
We did not
Perhaps
do,
too much, but
we will
eager
do
to
it
get
now.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I am kind of proceeding methodically about this because I want to see all the
Stanley
endings.
was so bad at following direction.
And like what the vent one, I knew the vent was there. I don't know if I would be able to like notice it before. Just straight up. But it's one of those endings that you don't notice
It's
immediately.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming
Right,
back.
let's try it.
You'd best either
Beep.
get... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets
Oh my
to tell
God.
him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
You think you
Good
found it, but it
job,
was
Stanley.
coincidence?
Whoops.
I don't...
Looks like I was wrong.
Wait, what? Why was it 2 times? Like, did anyone else jump there? That would imply that somebody was stalking me. What? Am I crazy? Why was you wrong? Why was I too? The premise that something is stalking you in these halls is like horrifying. Just seeing another Stanley working in that corridor is horrifying as well. Let's check.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Please give me more computers with the codes. It's not here. It must be somewhere else. Username access, whatever. But where it can be. We are done with the site, so we actually
When
will
Stanley
proceed
came to
with
a
the
set
story
of 2
this
open
time.
doors,
Should
he
we?
entered the door on his left.
I don't know. We could. What else is up there? Swan ending, second, and 2 in the jumping over the railing. It's another one. We've already been through that one. We did go down. It didn't end up well. Let's
This was
go
not
again.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mm-hmm.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room.
What a room. What a room.
What a room.
What a room.
Va-va-voom. What a room.
Va-va-voom, what? The dialogues are getting more and more closely.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Caffeine art.
Really worth it.
Caffeine art, nice. Yeah, okay, let's go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
Va-va-voom.
first open door on his
Yes.
left.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna take
And
the...
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What if I don't, though? What if I take this? Boop. Uh-huh. Aha! Alright.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and
Yes.
get even further off track. So
Further
now,
off
in
track,
order
sure.
to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, I broke the dialogue there.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Okay,
I've got
perfect.
it now. This
Nice.
story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Story is this way. What the hell? Oh. Good see. Alright. Spoilers ahead!
No,
Woohoo.
no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Closing my eyes.
Okay. We just have to
Close the
get back
eyes.
To,
Can I open?
kidding?
Can I open the eyes? Tell
It's
me
all
when I can
rubbish
open the
now.
eyes, okay?
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this
Restart
time,
the game.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From
Go.
the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I still no more of these weird codes, which is okay. Where are they?
When Stanley... Wait.
There's
What?
a lot of doors there.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Yes, I changed
Did you
the
move
story.
the story somewhere?
Yes.
Or, hold on. Why am
I
asking
kidnapped the
you?
story.
I'm
The
one who
story
wrote
is
the
now my
story.
hostage.
Was right here just a minute ago.
No, you
I
need
know
to
for
pay me
sure
like
it's
2
here
bitcoins
somewhere.
on
Okay,
Kraken.
then. It's an adventure.
Otherwise, you will never
Come,
get the
Stanley.
story again.
Let's find the story.
Yeah, right. Let's go this way then. And let's go this way. And that way. And now we're lost. I don't care. This is infinitely generating room. I think developer talked about something about this. Like basically, whenever he needed a space that would look like an infinite space, he would basically let the players run into a couple of predefined rooms. But they were working like a wormhole. So whenever you would go through the door, it would transport you to another room. And it would just be cycling throughout the same rooms over and over again. It would look like an infinitely generating space. Which is absolutely... See? We are now back here in the...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can
Yeah, sure.
promise you there definitely was a story here
We went
before.
this way
Do we
and
just
go back
do
this
we need
way.
to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Here we go. Can we... We cannot close the door. Like, it's all
All
very
of his
subtle.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
But
Stanley
you
decided to go to the
are
meeting room.
in the
Perhaps
predefined
he had
environment
simply
right
missed a
now.
memo.
this is why the game is toying with you. This is what I mean when I said in the description of my YouTube live stream that this game plays you. You're not the player here. This game plays you. Okay.
Okay,
It's
yep,
even
it's
better.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
No. We
It's
don't need to make a
possible the
choice.
story
That's
is
good.
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
The other direction. What's that? Aha! Oh, it's just the coffee stain. Alright. Aha! Stanley isn't here this time. Okay. I don't think he can be in this section. I think he can be only when you like really restart the game.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
But,
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
As there was
let's
a
head back
wall.
the other way and retrace our steps.
But... You know, this right here is a mindfuck. Like, where the hell are we? We arrived to the construction site.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
No.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
This is office building in the
remember,
making,
Stanley?
isn't it?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes!
Congratulations!
I beat the game, finally!
I know you
It
put
took
in
some
a lot
time,
of
but you know,
hard
we did
work,
it.
and
We did
really
it.
paid off. So,
We did
good
it.
job.
We need some confetti in here and we can make this into the shorts.
No, I don't feel
No?
right about this at all.
Okay.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I put a lot
Some
of work,
people
okay? You
win
know
fair
how
and
much
square, and
walking
this
I
was
put
not
into
one of
this?
those situations.
No. I want my win. I take
I'm
my
getting
win. Give me
weirded
my
out
win.
by
Give me
whatever
my
this
win.
place
Give
is.
me my
I
win.
don't care what might happen this time. I have
You
to
cannot take
restart.
away my win. You already said... Well, at least we have adventure line. Adventure line forward.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
DM.
Just follow the line.
Trademarked.
How
It's
simple is
trademarked
that?
adventure line. Yeah, we're gonna go this way then. Let's ignore the adventure line and go this way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, alright. I guess we're not going that way. See, so much is happening once you make all your choices. Once you make all your choices, you basically arrive to a point where you can no longer make any more choices. And it's just adventure that is being unraveled to you, depending on your
You see?
choices before.
The line knows.
It is the same concept as most story games, really. Except this one is more obscure and it's like choice making. But the core is the same. You make a couple of choices. One choice leading to another. And the last choice will define the ending of the game.
Where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
I don't know.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
All right.
Now, we can both agree
Oh, you're
that the
back.
nature
Okay,
of
never mind.
existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
No.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
No, because if you are exist only in my subconscious, then you are not existing. So nothing you do or say matters, and you are not affecting the reality at all. But you are affecting the reality within that dream or with that subconscious of mine. So it kind of does, but only to the extent that I want you to, or I allow you to be perfectly precise. I think this is we should look at it in this way rather.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Neither.
I think
Neither
what
I
we
am.
need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yes, give me the music. What the fuck was that? What the hell?
Wait. Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No. I'm not looking at that fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No, it doesn't. We're still following the line, though.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we...
This is what you get for employing the external workers for the work that should have been given to the employees you should be paying like a normal person. Instead, you outsource your work to somebody else, and now everything is ruined. And nobody deserves it more. This is the parallel to the corporate world. Like, straight up. Ha! Jokes on you, buddy.
Trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Adventure Line was outsourced. That's why it sucks. It's like what they did with the Blizzard team. They outsourced their social media group, and now all their shorts are fucked. That's what happened. They are not funny anymore. They are stupid, ugly, unprofessional, and basically, people hate it nowadays. Anyway, let's go again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the Adventure Line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Well,
intelligent people, right?
nothing.
Why can't we make our
Well,
own story?
one of us is
Something
intelligent
exciting,
people,
daring,
yes, I agree with that.
Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, 437. Interesting. This was the one that we were supposed to
Now,
click for the achievement, yes?
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a
New
Well,
story.
it could be anything.
Yes.
What do you want our story to be?
I
Go
don't know,
wild.
drugs and hookers?
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Let's go for some drugs and hookers. Like two bros. You can be my wingman.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd
I
also
think-
like to veto the line from having any role in our
I
awesome new
think
story.
The
No
line is
lines
actually
or monitor
consuming the
rooms.
office. Look at
Just
that.
don't acknowledge it.
It
We should
eaten
be
up
fine.
the half of the ceiling there. It's alive. It's drunk too. Doesn't drive safely. Yeah. So not only your outsourced employee, Adventure Line, did a botched up job in finding the story, but it's also drunk, and it's destroying the environment of your office. Well done. Shouldn't have hired it in the first place.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the
No,
story
no,
is
no,
in
no, no,
our
no.
control.
I get to make
How
a decision.
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
These are locked, so let's go. Okay. Confusion ending.
What's this? The
You've been playing the confusion ending for 18
You're
minutes,
telling me
22 seconds,
that's
23
what this
seconds,
is?
24.
It's all one giant ending?
Deviate from
We're
maintenance
supposed to
room,
restart the game, what,
end up in monitor
eight
room,
times?
narrator restores the game.
That's really how all this goes?
Return to the monitor room, 5th
all
restart, 6th
determined?
restart, 8th restart.
So now,
Narrator is
according to
gone,
the
after a long
schedule, I
time,
restart
Stanley
again.
dies.
Then what?
Lovely.
Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Yeah.
Well, you
Can feel you.
consulted me. Why don't I get to decide?
You
Why
don't.
don't
You're
I
you're
get a
not
say
making
in all of
choices.
this?
Stanley
Is it
does
really?
choices.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
Well,
I don't want the
have
game
to
to
be
keep
you.
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Nope.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
You,
How would we
friendo,
even
have
know?
absolutely no
Will
power
someone
here.
come for us?
I'm the
Will something
Stanley now.
happen?
Look at me. I'm the Stanley now, and the game is going to
So,
restart anyway
okay.
because I made the choice to follow the adventure line.
I guess now we just wait. You know,
Yeah.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
We've
So
completed
I hope
Confusion
that's where we
ending
are
in 19
right
minutes,
now.
17
We'll find
seconds,
out,
and
won't we? Eventually. Well,
5
in the meantime,
milliseconds.
if you
Yep. And here we go again. Finally.
all of his co-workers
New
were
path.
gone, what could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oop.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
No,
memo.
seriously, where are all my input codes? Maybe I need to complete more endings for these things to start popping off and on again. Or maybe I need to find different computers. I don't know. We're not going to the new content. We're not done with the base game just yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yes, we're going
he
left.
entered the door on his left.
So far, so good. This looks like a
Yet there was
story.
not
This
a
looks
single
very
person
familiar.
here either.
This looks like
Feeling
no
a wave of
personality.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he
Oh,
turned
wow.
around and got back on track.
Interesting. So
There
these
was
soft
nothing
things,
here.
they're not really...
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an
Okay.
empty broom closet.
Yes.
No reason to still be here.
Okay, what if I go back to the broom closet? Nothing. Alright.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified
if I just
in
wait here
some
and
way.
look at the
As
broom
it is,
closet?
He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA. Does it mean like FI could be... What is this noise? Is this Chris following me from the broom closet? No, there's something... Somebody is B-clicking. If we go
Coming
down...
to a staircase,
and so
Stanley walked
that's the end.
upstairs to
Okay.
his boss's office.
So we will go up. There is nothing in the elevator except from business strategy of killing the pandas, so we don't want to do that. We go in
Stepping
here,
into his
however.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
There we
sheer
go, there we go.
amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So we have a couple of more endings in here. There is one that is incredibly annoying, so let's do it right now.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oops.
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
This ending is actually most funny of all of them, I think. Or at least maybe not the ending itself, but what leads to it. Right.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points,
flatter me
one
more.
after the other,
I love this.
weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my
I feel
seat.
a little bit of sarcasm in your voice now. I feel like you don't mean your compliments really seriously.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I feel a little bit of like hostility in your voice. It's like if he doesn't agree with the choices I'm making here. But yeah, let's try to.
Oh
no!
It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here
Do you
for a
think
minute
he is
while I
mocking me?
process this.
I think he is actually. Wait. Okay, we're waiting. Please hold.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Wait, the music is different now. I think we are escalating there.
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Let's go, Master Narrator. Down.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I think he stopped mocking me and he's more like understanding my point of view and understanding finally. Whoa. What the hell? That was spooky. Let's go back up. I don't like the spooky. It really spooked me.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
It's the bargaining now.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go.
Like he is so baffled by my decision riding elevator up and down that he is now in the phase of bargaining. He is trying to desperately come up with any sort of logical conclusion that this would mean. It's not just me riding up and down the elevator. No. Acceptance will come after. I think this is the bargain, right? The first is like you refusing, then you're angry, which was the mocking face, then there is like a bargaining, certainly there must be something I can do, certainly there must be something how I can explain this. Acceptance will come
It's
after
so
this.
precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
See, he is trying everything
There we go.
to make this somehow...
Isn't this so much more exciting, Stanley?
To make this make
seems like nowadays
sense.
the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
Yes.
But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story? The
I don't know. Where is
characters?
it? Tell me.
Why
Tell me
aren't
all
we
about
given
this,
time
Narrator.
to
I'm here for
imagine
it.
surprises, to have to think
Please.
and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of
Yes,
tradition.
I
You're
wasn't
a
listening.
role
Could you-
model,
could you-
know?
could you repeat
People
that?
look up to you, which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, okay, it's over. Nice.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press
All
conference
eyes
should be
on
just
Stanley.
around the corner here
Live on
somewhere.
stage. How we did it? The pyramids. Okay. Words had this human being. All tricks revealed. The guy who went to Mars. Yeah. And with all those wonderful celebrities, here stands Stanley on the thesis of his uplifting and downlifting elevator, an evening with World Peace Baby. I want an evening with World Peace Baby.
Yes, here it is, just through this door.
The Stanley Parables Stanley, tonight live on stage. World's first sentient machine, and it's some sort of grubby guy. Okay, Q&A with it. Lovely.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Break a leg,
Okay,
champ.
it
Your
looks
boss.
like they're ready for you. Go get them.
I love the way you ride the elevator. No one tells the stories the way you do. Get him, Tiger. Everybody's so wholesome. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Where I came from, here? Interesting. Probably it's from the factory, right? The stage. Welcome, Stanley. Stanley Ryder. Almonds, chair, gum, table, nut bar. Stanley Ryder. So his surname is Ryder. Interesting. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Lovely. Where is the nut bar, though? Where is my nut bar? He didn't give me the nut bar. Skimmers. I ask only for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ask only for like 5 things. Table, gum, chair, almonds, nut bar. We have table. We have chair. Where is nut bars? Where is almonds? Yeah, they ate it all. King hell. I'm so devastated by this that I actually need to take a break. See you in 3 minutes. I need to ponder on this. Okay, I think I came into terms with it now, so we can continue. We can actually continue with whatever. We need to go to the stage, yeah? Right. Okay, why is there a bottomless pit in front of the stage? The dude who came up with pizza. I'm pretty sure the pizza was like from ancient Egypt even. 100% like ancient Greece, whatever. They're good and so loud. My ears. My eyes. Everybody's here cheering for Stanley. Look at this. This is beautiful. Yeah. This is how to ride an elevator, guys. Oh, they took it all away. They restarted the game again. God damn it. Oh well. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours. I don't want to have these like Stanley Parable streams too long. It doesn't matter, right?
Gone. What could it mean?
Doesn't matter.
Stanley decided to...
Wait, did we miss first break, by the way? We did miss first break. My mods are so unreliable. You need to tell me.
Go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is the... Don't have the clickable PCs. Where is it? Where is the code? Where is the code?
No matter how
It's
hard
not here.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How can I access... Maybe I need to unlock more endings. Maybe it does correlate somehow. I don't know how those little inputs really work.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How many endings are there for us? We already
Yet
jumped
there
off
was
the
not
railing.
a single person here either.
So there are
Feeling
3
a
more
wave of
endings.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Yeah, I don't want to be there
Coming
anymore.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. It was here all the time. That's why I couldn't find it. It's fine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
I don't remember the
what
code.
What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I was this close to cracking
Stanley
it.
couldn't possibly, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the key,
2485.
Stanley happened to input
2485.
by sheer
Was it?
luck. Amazing.
I don't.
He stepped into the newly opened
I never remember this
passageway.
code, but I will get there eventually because I remember individual numbers. My brain works weird like that. Like it knows individual numbers, but it doesn't know the order. I know it starts with 2, but that's it. So it's like 2485, I think. 2584.
Stanley walked
Something
straight
like
ahead
that.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's go to mind control facility. Let's not jump off the railing this time though.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I would like to listen to
Did
the
he
song
have the
again, but
strength
you know,
to find out?
I have a soundtrack to this game. I can listen to it anytime I want. Outside of the game. It's a banger. Boop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore
Fired.
the number of an employee in the building.
Where is
Stanley's
427?
coworkers. The lives of
somewhere
so
around
many
here, right?
individuals reduced to images on
Where
a
is
screen.
427? I believe it's
Stanley,
this one.
One of them,
Here.
eternally monitored in this
There,
place.
it's me.
Where freedom
Oh,
meant
never mind.
nothing.
Employee 427. It's right here. It will be probably the shot of my office, yeah? Yeah, it is. It is. It would be so creepy if there was someone there in there. Some sort of like monster or another Stanley or like anti-Stanley. You know, something like the Scratch is to Alan Wake. You know, you have Alan Wake and you have Mr.
This
Scratch
mind
in Alan's
control
body.
facility. It was
It's
too
like
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Stanley.
Had Stanley really
Stanley.
been under someone's control
Lee
all this
Stan.
time?
Lee
Was this the
Stan.
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't know. Let's go up.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Let's find out then.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
Mind
labeled
control
with
status
emotions.
offline.
Happy,
It's a lot of
or
buttons.
sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Is
he
there like
would dismantle the
2,
controls
5, 4,
once
6?
and
No, it's
for
1, 2.
all.
There's 1, 2 over here. Console disabled. There's 1, 2 over here. What's it up there? We cannot go up there. There's another button up there. What does it say? It doesn't say a number, does it? Oh, it's 4. You cannot get to 4. I don't know what this is. We have 3 here. 1, 2. We have 5. Do we have 8? Is there somewhere? Is there 8 somewhere? I don't think there is. Wait. 0, 1, 4, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1. What are these codes? I wonder if you can do something with these codes. I don't think you can, but... Mind control idle. Awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do.
Can we go to the floor
But you
now?
need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Okay.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Good.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
I think we should take 2 minutes ad break then.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
Could have
But what precious
set up the
moments
timer a
each
little
one
bit
of them
higher
is.
then.
More time to talk about you. About
Nice music,
me,
though.
Where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course,
erased
that was
them.
merely in this
Interesting.
instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not?
Okay,
These
sure.
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
The song is a banger though.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea
Oh, yeah.
where you're going or what you're supposed
Is this
to
on
be
the
doing
soundtrack?
right
I hope it
now?
is on the soundtrack.
Or
I
did
need
you
to
just
look it up
assume when
then.
you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button
Yeah,
to
that's not what I'm
button,
doing, by the way. I'm
screen to
playing
screen,
you.
clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you
No,
have
it really
any
cannot.
idea what your purpose in this place is?
The purpose in this place is to click this and click the quit to main menu and then quit the game.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
What is this?
humble.
58
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to
ME7VY1XRC.
control this world, that's fine.
I wonder what that means.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or
Joke's
don't.
on you
It's
because
all
I
the
know
same
it's
to me,
going to
all a
restart,
part of
you
the
know?
joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Yeah, you couldn't even yap, right? Your yapping was interrupted by a nuclear explosion, so you never got to say it. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. Okay. Let's go
I
for
can't wait to
the
tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll
original
find it.
ending,
Oh,
shall
won't
we?
we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone
Okay,
missing.
where is the input now? It needs to be somewhere. Oh, there it is.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find
I
a
gotta say that
trace
the
of his
input
co-workers.
in the secretary office, it got me multiple times already. I was trying to get this ending, I never could. Now
When
we
Stanley
can.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There is
Yes, there
also
was
an
not a
achievement
single
for
person here
speedrunning
either.
to the original
Feeling
ending.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
it's-
his boss's
it's
office,
boarded
hoping
up.
he might find an answer there.
He boarded up the broom closet with those shitty little planks. Just so nobody could get in ever again. There is an achievement for speedrunning the game, by the way.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And even if you're just trying to speedrun it, you can never make it in time. Which means it's kind of a little bit... But sometimes, if
the
you
moment
are
he entered his
fast enough...
manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks.
2, 4,
Not a
8,
living soul
5.
anywhere. Could he really be all alone?
2, 5,
This was too much for
8,
Stanley
4.
to take. Too much for any man to take. He
2,
fell to his
8,
knees,
5,
bursting into half
4.
moans, half sobs, the guttural
2,
retching
8,
of life from
4,
a man denied
5,
any hope,
5.
any reason to... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute.
So like, if you suffer through this little cutscene, then I think that if you are fast enough next time, he'll just go, oh, please go ahead, and opens it up for you right away. And this is how you get the speedrunning achievement.
It to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I love New Age music. I'm so relaxed right now.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
And here we go to the elevator again. We are going for the true ending now, but all right. Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Right. Okay, this time I will do as Narrator wants me to do.
The lights rose on an enormous
He's going to be
room packed
happy.
with
We're going to
television
complete the
screens.
story.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
And then there is
Stanley thought to
one
himself.
more ending I'm
Did he have
aware
the
of
strength
that we
to
didn't
find
take.
out?
We're gonna take it, and then the next time we're gonna start building slowly our new content.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
There is
And
no
Stanley, one of
simple
them,
co-worker.
eternally
All of
monitored in
them
this
are
place
gone.
where
Literally, it's just
freedom meant
open,
nothing.
empty, open offices. That's what it is. We're going to the right... Yeah, this is the right direction. We don't need to tally too long. We just need to go up and
This
shut
mind
this
control
all off.
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
Pirate.
it. His own life
Impo-
in someone else's
Impostor
control.
pirate.
Never.
Employee pirate.
It was unthinkable.
Oh my god, there is a pirate.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Is it a reference to
Had
Pirates
he
of Terror?
truly spent his entire life utterly
If it,
blind
did,
to
if it
the
is,
world?
it's kinda... Didn't age.
But here was the proof.
Good, did it?
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
He wasn't
For
know that
he
date. Yeah,
would
maybe.
dismantle the controls
I wonder what that
once
means though.
and
Why is it?
for
Why is there a
all.
pirate? No. With employee pirate. Let's shut this thing down. There we go. This is the ending, the true ending of the story. Not true ending of the game, but true
and a
ending of the
rising
story. I
chill
would
of
say.
uncertainty.
This ending is what Narrator wants you to experience. This is his masterpiece, you know? You find out about the terrible secret, you shut it down.
It over?
And you're home free.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Not too many, to be
Where had
honest.
his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Look at this.
No longer
This is the
would
first
anyone
time
tell him where
gamers
to
get
go,
to see outside.
what to do, or how to feel.
Best game ever.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. and that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
It
the
looks
only
like
thing
Scotland,
worth
or I
knowing.
think this Scotland looks like it.
Stanley
I don't know why.
stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
This is kind of wholesome, isn't
And
it?
Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. What a wonderful conclusion. We have one more ending to do. Actually, make it 2. Alright. Stanley, welcome to Stanley's Heaven. You can push the buttons. This is awesome. Look at this. And they slowly come back up too. Eventually. You never can like push all of them. Listen to the noises. In the Koar says buttons, by the way. Buttons. It's kind of creepy, actually. To be perfectly honest. If you're here for a while. So this is Stanley's Heaven. Because we've put the input into the 5 computers in 5 different playthroughs. This is one of the most secret endings there is. Like the last one is in your office, where it all began. Boop, 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 boop. I love this. I don't think you can press them all, can you? They will slowly come back up, right? Yeah, they're just coming back up. Oh, come on, press it faster. I don't like that you can turn them off at all. Yeah, you cannot turn them off all. That's why this is Stanley Heaven, because now he can push buttons forever. And they will always come back. So anyway, let's begin the game again. There is no way outside of this, by the way. It's just there until you get bored. But now you can always go back to your heaven. Which we're not going to do.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
He
He never
didn't get
functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
He always putting in like different lore about Stanley. Sometimes the Stanley is excited, sometimes he's just so terrified to work
When
alone
Stanley
that he
came
just...
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's fine. We're speedrunning this.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Because
disbelief,
it is still boarded
Stanley
up, we can
decided
no
to
longer go
up
in
to
there.
his boss's. Coming to a staircase,
Interesting.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here we go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Thank you. This certainly speeds things up. I think these kind of sequences triggers once you know the passcode and put it in before he starts like before he tells you to. Then he goes with like new age music, etc. But on the next playthroughs, he just opens the passageway for you.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna go to the creepy corridor that says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
And we're not getting spooked this time because this is the last ending we need to
The
get.
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. There we go. And whoop-de-doo. Jump down. It's a long fall, by the way. This is a long fall that Stanley survived. But Stanley is not a human. Look at this. Just boom, and he's fine. He's still fine. Nothing can harm Stanley. Literally.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
It was much further fall than the one that supposedly kill you in the storage area, by the way.
closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he
It's
resigned
terrible.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Alright.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
This is
Stanley
such a
was led
mindfuck, though.
helplessly into the enormous
So the narrator has now, the narrator now has another narrator that is superior to him and narrating what is he narrating. You know, it's a narratorception.
metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Yep. Not on my watch, though. Not yet, anyway. Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
That's
Do you
true.
see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. Stanley's computer. Office layout. Oh, it really is office layout, isn't it? Up to the set of the open corridor. The pacing of this opening section is important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches 2 doors in a good time. I think the good times mean that the narrator always says what he needs to say. Sometimes you skip a little bit forward, but only if you are rushing things. The 2 doors. The set of 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. I think this is literally developer telling us about the game and making it a little bit more like, this is just developer flexing at this point. And he has right to be flexing though. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when the button is pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke with a synthesized tone. Office computers, nice. We do have solitaire that we can turn off. Installation. Installing Chart Pro 2.0.1. Credits. Written and designed by Davey Redden and William Pooh. Developed Gross. Art direction Dominic Johan. Audio direction Tom Schlee. Development lead John Stodham. And the impeccable Kevin Brighting as narrator. Man, the game is amazing. But like, the narrator is the final touch that breathed the life into this game. Could you imagine this game wouldn't be narrated at all? Or would be narrated as most games that are trying to copy Stanley Parable do? With just a developer, just some amateur talking over it. They are good. But the narrator made this game. This game is the narrator to a certain extent. And sure, it is unfair to say it like this towards the people who made this incredible game, but without the narrator, the game wouldn't be as popular and wouldn't be as good. It won't be a bad game, but the narrator is such a substantial part of this game. It's like taking this narrator outside of the Stanley Parable would be like taking guns from Half-Life. And I don't mean like crowbar only challenge. I literally mean like taking the fighting element from a fighting game. taking shooter element from shooting game. Taking gear from World of Warcraft, all of these. Additional development. QA, there is kind of a lot of people. Cross is kind of large people. I wonder if this is significantly smaller from the original Stanley Parable. I don't really remember. I played through the original game, which is basically what we just did. All of this was original game. Everything that we're going to do in the next team, the third week, is going to be deluxe content only. Maybe I should revisit the old game. I loved that game so much. Okay, let's go this way then. Office clock. Boss's office. Huh. This is what we have now. Is this what we had in the original Stanley Parable, and this is what was maybe some original I don't really know. I think boss's office looks kind of different from what it was. Mind control facility, the lounge, the underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game. I love it. The escape too.
It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental
Narrator
understanding
outtakes.
of good and bad game design. Stood on the snow. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour
The voice of the
trying to solve
narrator
it.
recorded
Here,
dialogue
I'm just
for an
gonna
entire
make this
game
easy.
roughly
Well,
3
or
separate
it's
times over the 2 years of
Oh,
development.
I don't know. How about
These are
they're
clips from
throwing a
early
surprise
takes
party
that
for
were
him
not
for all
used
his
in the
bubble
game.
would get him Does that sound plausible to you? Where he was supposed to be in the story.
Man. I bet that the narrator had so much fun. Sometimes you see like nitpicks of him, like his presence on social media, on YouTube for example, etc. Where he like narrates in exactly the same voice. People that hire him to do so for various openings of their YouTube videos. Especially when they're talking about like choices in games or Stanley Parable. It's so amazing. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. Huh. The current version is much better. The designing of the game is not what you think it is, by the way. It's just like so different. Warzone. The alien base, awesome. In the early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not the intention. So we could have a shooting segment in there, and you took it away from us. Like, give me the shooting aliens thing. I am a simple man. I wanna ultra deluxe announcements. What the hell is this money everywhere? What the heck? What's that? In December 2018, we announced ultra-powered version of Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcements and the video game's delay. There's money everywhere, oh my god. Alright, sure. Lunch, the office. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. It's no longer there. The cargo lift. Ah. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided to also wanted the option of the player failing to their death. Interesting. Oh, you could have jumped over to there. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Oh, right, this looks like, I don't know, weird. This looks like something from Half-Life. not like the storage facility. Yeah, they made a pretty good job with the design, to be perfectly honest. This narrator emails. After the second trailer we've sent out, we asked people to email narrator questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a section of those emails. From Alex Opelinctus, gay, are you gay? Ding dung, are you gay? Lovely. Of course somebody would send something like this. Dear narrator, I appreciate the previous Stanley Paragraph's word of art and stand alone a little. I appreciate the credit given for art, which is why I'm eager to see sequel Paragraph's and all companion blah blah blah. Do you think these are real? I don't know. I don't think they're trolling. I think they are over-exaggerating this, like, putting everything on pedestal a little bit. Which kind of reeks of narcissism, but also I think most of these things are really, like, real. What's this then? Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above, countdown below. We abandoned this player would find it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and place the two endings together instead. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Nice. Countdown desk. One of the desks in the version of the game for countdown ending. Interesting. This is narrator outtakes. Okay, we've been here already, so we've seen pretty much everything. Okay, we need to go to the exit. We didn't see this. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. This looks suspiciously like the intermezzo. Zending levers. These levers were originally bound on Zending. Player would pull the lever, narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Ah, interesting. The game is now paused. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everybody. Well, right. This is interesting. One option, doorway maintenance in the lounge. First choice, obeys, staircase, disobey, lounge. Two options, lounge, maintenance. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Vent. What about this? Maintenance layout. Oh, okay, man, this is starting to be a little bit confusing for me. Where is the exit? Somewhere around here. Like, this area is a maze too. Yeah, let's take the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Stanley Parable on. Let's switch it to off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Should I do it? Should I quit the game? But then again, I want to experience this as an ending. You can quit the game here, or you can play it towards the very ending of the game. I don't exactly know how much this matters, because some things are triggering other choices that opening up as you go, but this is more of a thing of the deluxe edition. I mean, new content and all. And there we go, we got squished. This is all there is in Stanley Parable, in the original game. We do have a new content, but I will save this for the next Monday. for the 3rd week. For now, thank you everybody for watching. This has been, well, something, alright? This has been something. This game is really something else. I think I wouldn't like it as much as I do now if I was like younger. But luckily the game came out in a time where I could appreciate these kind of things, even if there is like no action sequence, no like RPG elements to it. It's literally just a choice game. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. This has been another Monday with Stanley. And we will do this again next week. Approximately the same time, I believe, but no promises. We will dive into deluxe content. I am a little less familiar with the deluxe content, but I've played through it already. Doesn't mean I cannot play through it again, right? For now, thank you all so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with either Diablo 4 or Ghostwire Tokyo again, and we will be doing some action gaming as usual. You're late, Sophie. We are just ending. How was your doctor appointment? I just got home from doctor or from work. Well, tire flat? Oh shoot. That sucks. Did you have your reserve at least? You should get that fixed. You should get that fixed. Yeah, sadly, this is all for today. It's all going to be on like YouTube and for a week on Twitch anyway. And we are actually going to be making, I think, series from these on YouTube as like regular videos. So this game is great. There is a lot to talk about. There is a lot to explore. And mostly there is no like action sequences or anything that would block me from my progress, you know? From my like interaction with the audience, blocking my thoughts. There's not much going on really. It's just narrator yapping all the time and me making choices. So, yep. Yeah, we will be chilling on Discord for sure. I will be streaming tomorrow again. Probably Ghostwire Tokyo or Diablo 4, depending on what I am in mood for. But it's going to be some fighting game, you know. So if you like fighting games, killing people in Diablo or killing visitors in Ghostwire Tokyo, you're gonna be it. You're gonna be here for it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been 2nd week of Stanley Parable. And I will see you next time. Stay awesome. Have a nice day. If you want to stick for the odds, I would appreciate it. Goodbye.